Ambivalence.
Ambivalence means mixed feelings or contradictory attitudes.
I have ambivalence about attending the party.
Cantankerous.
Cantankerous means bad-tempered and uncooperative.
The cantankerous old man yelled at the kids playing on his lawn.
Derogatory.
Something that's derogatory is insulting or disrespectful.
She didn't appreciate the derogatory remarks about her appearance.
Exemplify.
If you exemplify something, you're the perfect example of it.
His success exemplifies hard work and determination.
Impecunious.
Impecunious means having little or no money, penniless.
Her impecunious situation left her struggling to pay for groceries.
Lucid.
Something that's lucid is clear and understandable, rational or sane.
After a good night's sleep, she felt more lucid and focused.
Ornate.
Ornate means elaborately decorated or adorned.
The ornate fireplace added elegance to the room.
Precipice.
A precipice is a steep cliff or a dangerous situation.
The economy is on the precipice of collapse.
Salubrious.
Salubrious is healthy, pleasant.
The fresh air and clean water in the countryside is salubrious.
Truant.
A truant is a student who is out of school without permission.
The school called John's parents because he was a truant.
Ambulatory.
Ambulatory means able to walk or related to walking.
She's an ambulatory patient and can leave the hospital soon.
Capacious.
When something is really big and holds a lot, it is capacious.
The capacious auditorium seated over 1,000 people.
Desecrate.
To desecrate means to damage or treat a sacred thing with disrespect.
Vandals desecrated the church by spray painting graffiti on the altar.
Exhaustive.
Exhaustive means performed comprehensively and completely.
The report provided an exhaustive analysis of the market trends.
Impious.
To be impious is to be disrespectful of God or duty.
The impious behavior of the youth shocked the community.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous things are funny, absurd, or nonsensical.
The movie's plot was so ludicrous that it became a comedy.
Orthodox.
Orthodox practices or beliefs are generally accepted as true or correct.
He's an Orthodox Christian who attends church every Sunday.
Precipitous.
Precipitous means steep or rapid in descent.
The precipitous cliff made it difficult to climb.
Salutary.
Use salutary to describe something that's good for your health.
Her salutary advice helped me overcome my anxiety.
Truncate.
The verb truncate means to cut off or shorten.
He will truncate the tree branches to avoid power line damage.
Ameliorate.
To ameliorate is to step in and make a bad situation better.
She was able to ameliorate the pain with a hot compress.
Capitulate.
To capitulate means to surrender or give up resistance.
The kidnappers refused to capitulate until their demands were met.
Desecration.
Desecration is the act of disrespecting or damaging something sacred.
The vandalism of the church was a desecration of faith.
Exonerate.
To exonerate someone is to declare him not guilty of criminal charges.
The investigation exonerated the company of wrongdoing.
Impoverished.
Impoverished describes being really, really poor.
The village was impoverished due to the ongoing drought.
Lukewarm.
Something lukewarm is slightly warm, tepid, or lacking enthusiasm.
His lukewarm response indicated he wasn't interested.
Ossify.
Ossify means to harden or turn into bone.
Lack of exercise can cause bones to ossify and weaken.
Preclude.
To preclude something is to prevent it from happening.
A muzzle precludes a dog from biting.
Sanctimonious.
Sanctimonious means hypocritical display of righteousness or piety.
She's so sanctimonious, always preaching but never practicing.
Tumult.
A tumult is a state of noisy and chaotic disturbance or confusion.
The stadium was in tumult after the team won the championship.
Amelioration.
Amelioration is a process that makes something better.
The amelioration of her health was a result of regular exercise.
Carping.
Carping is petty and unjustified criticism that just won't stop.
He never missed a chance for carping criticism.
Desist.
To desist means to stop doing something, refrain from continuing.
Please desist from making noise while I'm working.
Exorcism.
Exorcism to describe getting rid of evil spirits.
The priest performed an exorcism to rid the possessed girl of demons.
Impromptu.
Impromptu describes things done without preparation or planning.
He played an impromptu piece on the piano.
Lummox.
A lummox is an awkward or goofy person.
Don't be such a lummox and pay attention to what you're doing.
Ostentatious.
Ostentatious means showy, designed to impress or attract notice.
His ostentatious behavior made him unpopular among his colleagues.
Precocious.
Precocious means developing abilities or showing intelligence at an early age.
She was a precocious child, reading at age 3.
Sanction.
A sanction is a punishment or approval for a certain behavior or action.
The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Turpitude.
Turpitude means moral corruption or wickedness.
She couldn't tolerate the turpitude of her ex-husband's behavior.
Amiable.
A friendly, pleasant person could be described as amiable.
Her amiable smile made me feel welcomed.
Cartographer.
The cartographer is the map maker.
The cartographer used satellite imagery to create a map.
Despondent.
If you are despondent, you are discouraged, very sad, and without hope.
She appeared despondent after failing her driving test.
Expatriate.
An expatriate is someone who lives in another country by choice.
Many expatriates work for international companies.
Inadvertent.
When something happens by accident, it's inadvertent or unintentional.
She made an inadvertent mistake on the test.
Luscious.
Luscious means having a pleasingly rich and sweet taste or smell.
The luscious scent of freshly baked cookies filled the kitchen.
Oust.
To oust is to expel, kick out, or remove and replace.
The company decided to oust the CEO for financial misconduct.
Predecessor.
A predecessor is a person who held a position before the current holder.
The new manager wants to surpass her predecessor's success.
Sanguinary.
When something is sanguinary, it involves a lot of blood.
The sanguinary battle left many soldiers wounded and dead.
Tyro.
A tyro is a beginner, a new recruit.
She's a tyro in the field of computer programming.
Amity.
Amity means friendly relations between people or countries.
The two neighbors lived in perfect amity for years.
Castigate.
To castigate means to criticize or punish severely.
The teacher castigated the student for cheating on the test.
Destitution.
Destitution means extreme poverty and lack of basic necessities.
After losing his job, he faced destitution and homelessness.
Expedient.
Expedient means convenient and practical, though possibly improper or immoral.
It might be expedient to tell a white lie in this situation.
Incantation.
An incantation is a ritual recitation of words believed to have magical power.
The witch muttered an incantation and the cauldron bubbled.
Lynch.
To lynch is to execute without a trial, often by hanging.
The angry mob threatened to lynch the suspect.
Overt.
Overt means open and done in plain sight.
His overt admiration for her was obvious to everyone.
Predicament.
A predicament is a difficult, confusing, and unpleasant situation.
The company faced a financial predicament due to the pandemic.
Sanguine.
Sanguine means optimistic, cheerful, and confident about the future.
His sanguine attitude helped him overcome the obstacles.
Ubiquitous.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. This is ubiquitous.
Smartphones are ubiquitous in modern society.
Amorphous.
Amorphous means without a clearly defined form.
The cloud was amorphous and constantly changing shape.
Catharsis.
Catharsis means emotional release or purification through art or therapy.
A good cry can provide catharsis and relieve stress.
Deter.
Deter means to discourage or prevent from acting or proceeding.
High security measures can deter potential burglars.
Expedite.
To expedite something is to make it go faster or speed up the process.
The manager expedited the approval of the proposal.
Incarceration.
Incarceration is the state of being in prison.
He received a 10-year sentence of incarceration for his crime.
Machinations.
A machination means scheming or plotting to achieve a goal.
His machinations to take over the company were uncovered.
Overwrought.
Overwrought means deeply, excessively agitated or nervous.
She became overwrought with anxiety before her big presentation.
Preeminent.
Preeminent means superior or surpassing all others.
He was the preeminent athlete of his time.
Sardonic.
Sardonic means mocking or cynical.
His sardonic remarks often offended his friends.
Unalloyed.
Unalloyed means not mixed or diluted with other substances or feelings. Pure.
She felt unalloyed joy when she saw her childhood friend after years.
Analgesic.
An analgesic is a medicine that takes away physical pain.
She took an analgesic for her headache.
Caucus.
A caucus is a closed meeting of members from the same political party.
The caucus will be held tomorrow to select our nominee.
Deteriorate.
To deteriorate is to become worse in quality or condition over time.
The building's facade had started to deteriorate due to neglect.
Exposition.
Exposition is a comprehensive explanation or demonstration of a subject.
The museum had an exposition of ancient artifacts.
Incessant.
Something incessant continues without interruption.
The rain fell incessantly throughout the night.
Maelstrom.
A maelstrom is a powerful whirlpool or chaotic situation.
The meeting turned into a maelstrom of arguments.
Palatable.
Something that is palatable is acceptable to one's sense of taste.
The dish was palatable and satisfied his hunger.
Prerogative.
A prerogative is someone's special right or privilege.
The president has the prerogative to veto bills.
Savant.
A savant is someone over-the-top smart, a scholar.
She was a math savant, able to solve complex equations quickly.
Unctuous.
Unctuous means excessively flattering or insincere.
She gave an unctuous compliment in hopes of gaining favor.
Analogous.
Analogous to describe something that is similar to something else.
His behavior was analogous to that of a stubborn child.
Caustic.
Caustic means harshly critical.
His caustic remarks left her feeling hurt and upset.
Detrimental.
Detrimental is a formal way of saying harmful.
Lack of sleep can be detrimental to your productivity.
Extol.
If you extol something, you praise it very highly.
She extols the benefits of yoga to her friends.
Incipient.
Incipient means something is in an early stage of existence.
She noticed the incipient signs of the flu and took precautions.
Magnanimous.
A magnanimous person has a generous spirit.
She displayed a magnanimous attitude towards her opponents.
Palisade.
A palisade is a heavy-duty fence that's strong enough to keep out intruders.
The settlers built a palisade to protect themselves from wild animals.
Prescient.
To be prescient is to have foresight or foreknowledge.
Her prescient prediction of the market crash saved the company.
Scale.
To scale is to climb or ascend something.
We scaled the wall to get into the abandoned building.
Undermined.
Undermined means weakened or damaged something gradually or secretly.
He undermined the foundation of the building with his excavation.
Anarchy.
Anarchy to describe a complete lack of government.
Anarchy erupted in the city after the dictator was overthrown.
Cavalcade.
A cavalcade is a procession of people, typically on horseback or in vehicles.
The cavalcade of cars drove through the city streets.
Devoured.
Devoured means consumed quickly and eagerly.
The book was devoured by avid readers.
Extradite.
Extradite means to deport from one country back to the home country.
They will extradite the suspect to the United States.
Inclination.
Inclination is a tendency to act or feel in a certain way.
She had an inclination to procrastinate before important tasks.
Magnate.
A magnate is a wealthy and influential person, especially in business.
The tech magnate invested millions in the startup.
Palliative.
Palliative means relieving pain or symptoms without curing.
The doctor recommended palliative treatment for the severe pain.
Presentiment.
A presentiment is a feeling that something is about to happen.
Her presentiment of danger saved her from harm.
Scapegoat.
A scapegoat is a person who is blamed for the wrongdoings of others.
Don't make me the scapegoat for your own poor decisions.
Underscore.
To underscore is to draw special attention to a fact, idea, or situation.
His speech underscored the need for urgent action on climate change.